the beat.
Hey everybody, Sean McInnes here at Gamescom 2011, where I've just had the privilege of checking out Battlefield 3 co-op, and I've got Carl Magnus Trotzen here from DICE to tell us all about it. Carl, you know, co-op obviously a new feature for the Battlefield series, and what I'm wondering is, what have you guys done in terms of designing co-op to make sure that it's not just two-player campaign?
Well, first and foremost, it's separate missions, so it's not the same missions as you play by yourself in the single-player campaign. That was a very conscious decision that we took in the beginning. So we could create co-op scenarios where we have AI doing specific things coming at you and your buddy when you play together, which is completely different from the single player. There's also inbuilt different random factors, so when you play at different times, it will shape the missions accordingly, and there might come some enemies on that balcony, or it might be from that road or something like that. So there's a random factor in there that is also different from the single player.
Now, I'd imagine one of the toughest things about designing a co-op mode is adding the incentive in there to make sure that players behave as a team when they need to, but also make sure that they can just go at it however they want. What have you done to incentivize teamwork?
Well, we want people to play to reach a certain or as high score as possible, meaning that we don't want them to just bum rush the map and run through it because you compete over time or something like that. So score is important, and scoring, you can help each other out by spotting enemies, and you can revive each other and do these kind of things that actually helps your score. And also, of course, the more you play together, the more enemies you can take out and just clear everything, and you can get more points.
Now, you guys are also showing that 64-player Conquest mode on the show floor this year. Tell us about how you guys are going back to the roots of the Battlefield franchise with these huge, open multiplayer maps.
I mean, Battlefield 3 is either a successor or a spiritual successor to 2005's Battlefield 2. And that means that when we started out thinking in those directions, it was like, okay, we really want to do this sequel. We have so much invested in this. It's taken us a lot of time to actually get to the point that we feel like from a gameplay and design and technical point of view, we are ready to create a sequel. And when we now started to doing that, we wanted to look back and say, what was some of the best things coming out of Battlefield 2? And one of those things were definitely the huge open conquest maps with 64 players on PC. So that was one of the key things that we really focused on bringing back. And there's a lot of the whole three-dimensional war that goes on those kind of maps. They also need another spice, addition to that as well, and those are the jets. So jets are also returning from Battlefield 2, and they're being shown here at the floor on the Caspian border map, which are shown.
Now, Carl, I'm curious, in terms of multiplayer, how much has community feedback shaped the direction of the game?
I would say quite a lot. I mean, it is the spiritual successor to Battlefield 2, but it also comes with listening to what the community have actually asked for. We know that they asked for jets, we know that they asked for 64 players on PC, we know that they asked for that you should be able to lie down on the ground again to go prone. So those things are in, for instance. Just yesterday, actually, we also brought up the fact that you're now going to be able to have the como rows back, where you have like you can send communication messages just by tapping one button on the keyboard, which is also a request that came from the community and actually came very late now in the development. Now that's going to come in for PC only, but I do have one thing as well, which is another community request for the console players. And I'm very happy to actually announce now here that the console players will get a full server browser as well, meaning that for the really tech-savvy console players, it will be easier for them to find their specific servers, check out the statistics and how the setup of that server is, and really enjoy that in-depth experience of selecting what server they want to play on. Naturally, there will be a quick play option as well in the game.
Carl, it sounds fantastic. For the few people out there who don't have the date circled on their calendars, can you remind everybody when Battlefield 3 is going to be out in stores?
Absolutely. Battlefield 3 is coming out on PC, 360 and PlayStation 3, and it's going to start in North America on October 25th, and then in Europe they're going to start hitting the streets around the 28th of October.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.